We get a lot of phosphorus and nitrogen fertilizer coming down mainly through the watershed into the lake, and then we get these big algae blooms and we get plant growth so thick sometimes you think you can walk across the water. At least that's what it looks like.
The Healthy Lake Winona initiative comes from Lake Winona and Gilmore Creek being named as an impaired waterway. And so what we're trying to do is reverse that impairment.
We're out here today to try to get some kids out sampling for aquatic insects and aquatic invertebrates, just to kind of see what lives in the water and then talk about what water quality means for those organisms that live in Lake Winona. Some of the kids that have taken samples already have been finding a lot of snails. We've actually found a big leech, and so they're really having fun finding a lot of organisms. Those organisms actually tolerate pollution and often indicate a little bit of poorer water quality.
Today we took the opportunity to bring in a large model of Lake Winona and the city of Winona that's been in place for, I've been using for about 10 years. And it's a great teaching tool because they can see how human activities affect the lake, and we can see surface and groundwater pollution that's created by just how this infrastructure of Winona was put together.
Over the years, we've paved more and more parking lots and alleyways that didn't used to be paved. So the stormwater runs off faster and it washes anything that's in the streets immediately into the lake. And I think people probably tend to use more fertilizer and herbicides on their lawn now too. And of course, a lot of that's going to wind up in the lake as well.
All plants contain phosphorus. They need phosphorus to grow. So trees, for instance, in the fall, those leaves fall down. Those leaves contain phosphorus. They contain nitrogen. And if those don't get raked up properly, they end up going down the storm drains.
There's a storm drain stenciling project that's happening for the first time today, where a bunch of people are going to go out and stencil the storm drain, so it's a reminder to keep it clean, because half of the city of Winona storm drains drain right into the lake.
When people feed the ducks and geese in Lake Winona, they attract more ducks and geese that would naturally be here. That's why there's swimmer's itch probably in the lake, because there's more waterfowl than there should be, so there's more feces in the water, and that contributes to the life cycle of this parasite called swimmer's itch. But also feeding the waterfowl, a lot of white bread and popcorn and those sorts of things causes malnutrition. And when the young waterfowl grow up on a diet like that, their wings can't develop entirely. And so they can't fly to escape from predators, they can't migrate, and most of them don't live to adulthood. So we're trying to bring that to people's awareness.
The group is looking at various ways of removing the phosphorus that's in the lake right now, but also trying to keep it from coming into the lake. And eventually, if they can keep the additional phosphorus from going into the lake and remove the phosphorus that's in the lake will clean up. The plant population and algae population will die down, and we'll end up with a cleaner, more pristine lake that will be more fun for everybody to play in, swim in, fish in, and all that kind of stuff like it used to be.
For me, one of the things that's interesting about this Healthy Lake Winona project is that Lake Winona empties into the Mississippi River, and if we can make this lake cleaner and this watershed a little cleaner, it's going to make the Mississippi River a little cleaner. And perhaps projects on this scale are going to be the solution to solving bigger problems with the river, and I find that exciting.